Hello, everyone. It's late. I'm about to go to bed, but I wanted to do just a short video. And this one's going to be motivational, maybe with some practical advice thrown in there, but it's something I was thinking about today. So, I feel like perseverance is kind of an issue for a lot of us. We feel so accomplished when we create a plan, when we have a dream, when we set goals. You might even map out the steps to achieving that goal, but then the moment your path seems to be a little bit rougher than you anticipated, I say you, but we all do this or have done this. Anyway, the moment your path seems a little bit rougher than you envisioned in the planning stage, it can be very tempting to say, oh, this is a sign that I'm doing the right thing, or maybe this isn't for me. And, you feel frustrated. You feel like everything and everyone is out to get you. You feel like giving up, or you're like, well, every time I try something, something bad happens. Well, I am here to let you know that that is not unusual. In fact, it's kind of the norm. Of course, some things are going to be easier than others, but life isn't set up such that we every time we'll think of what to do, and then you just kind of do it with no trouble, with no pushback. Think of the weather. Every day isn't sunny, and even on sunny days, some are better than others. It might be too hot and you struggle with that, or maybe it's windy. Like, that's kind of how life is. There are so many different variables, and a lot of times how you deal with those variables and how you let them affect your energy level, and whether or not they hold you back, that has to do with mindset. And that's where that point is what is going to lead me to the title of this video, which is, you have to stop being afraid to lose. And that's so important, because sometimes you might feel like you're losing. Sometimes you might have to like fall down and get back up again. Or you might have to like reinvent a new path, or you might have to have like a plan B, plan C, plan D, plan E, plan F, plan G. And the key is to not get discouraged by that. Once plan A doesn't work out, oh, good. Okay. So I know that probably isn't how this is going to get done. That didn't work. Let me try something different. Or that almost got me there. Let me do this, but be more precise. Let me do this, but try harder. Maybe I wasn't targeting the right person to, you know, whatever you're trying to do, to schedule a meeting with, to convince to be my customer, whatever the case may be. Like, you have got to become okay with the fact that maybe your first attempt might not work out, but it might be attempt 17 that works out for you. I don't even want to say two or three, because sometimes it's just not like that. I mean, think of people who've invented things. Think of the Wright brothers. Think of the Wright brothers with the plane. Think of so like talented celebrities, people who are good singers, people who are good athletes. Do you know? I mean, there are professional athletes who could not make their junior high team, their high school team. What if they would have gone into, I don't know, something else, or just decided to like do something, just like give up and do something a little less extraordinary? They'd be missing out on millions of dollars now, and um the opportunity to help people, these huge platforms they have as famous people, all the stuff they'd be missing out on if they would have just said, "Oh, well, everything is against me, and this is a sign I wasn't meant to play baseball because I didn't make the high school team." Um, and I understand it can be so tempting, so tempting to say that, to do that, to hang up your gear and do something else. And sometimes there are cases when you do need to do something else, but usually in those cases you'll have no I not just you'll have no desire to continue down that path, but like, it'll no longer, trust me, you'll know, like, it won't seem feasible, or it won't be feasible, or something else better will come along. Usually something else better will come along. You'll live and learn, and you'll, decide a better way to go. Usually the alternative is something better and something that works out better for you, in terms of maybe it doesn't make you as exhausted. Maybe it gets you there, but in a roundabout way, where you get to have all sorts of great experiences along that alternative path. Yeah, like maybe you want to be a doctor, but first you had to become a nurse so you could make money for medical school. But then you learned all this stuff that you wouldn't have known if you just become a doctor, because, those two perspectives are very different. The perspective of a doctor versus the perspective of a nurse, and they bring different skill sets to the table to help people. That's just an example of how, just because you take a different path, it doesn't mean you're not going to get what you want. Just because you might decide to do something different altogether, it doesn't mean that you're not going to end up happy or fulfilled or better off. But the overall message here is, you might not have to change your path. Maybe it's just a matter of you being willing to fall down and get back up, and fall down and get back up, and fall down and get back up. Life is a series of these situations where you set out to do one thing, and then there's probably going to be like something like a bump in the road you have to step over, a hurdle you have to cross. Like, life is problem solving, a lot of it. It's not all going to be struggle, but there's value in learning how to solve problems. Just because you have a problem does not mean you should give up. And the sooner you learn that, the better off you're going to be. And yeah, I just wanted to share that. Now, I know some people may feel overwhelmed, where, I mean, there are literally times when you feel like everything is against you. Those times absolutely do exist. But just bear in mind, like, okay, so I'm going through this bad experience. There's something good on the horizon. It's got to be. Once we get past this, there's going to be something better. I was telling a friend, that even though there are times when you feel like everyone's out to get you, but you have to believe that there are just as many people in this world who are willing to help you as there are who are willing to do harm to you, if not even more people willing to help you than those who are willing to do harm to you. You just got to keep in mind that it's a matter of getting to those people who are on your side. And also, aside from that, I didn't tell her this because this is like a different situation, but I posted something similar on my Instagram. You can't always wait for people to come to you to help you. Sometimes you got to start down the path yourself, even if it's just taking a small step, even if it's, leaving home and getting out onto the main road so those people can come find you or see you along the way. Even if it's, you start building something from scratch before that investor comes along, or before you get that great mentor who connects you with the right people, or before you meet, you know, whomever. You got to do something. Don't sit idle. Like, rest is important, and it's okay to have days when you're just like, I can't, I'm tired, but let that be a day of rest. Let it be, okay, I'm going to take a break and rest, and then I'm going to get back up and keep going down the road. That's what you have to do, and it is so normal, and it is life. And please don't feel like there's someone out to get you or something against you if you find yourself having these struggles. Just know that, you were meant to keep going. You were meant to keep finding those solutions to your problems. You were meant to keep your eyes open. You were meant to always be ready for your blessing to come. It may not even come from the direction you're expecting. You might think it's coming from the left, but it comes from the right. You might think that it's going to come in the form of a rain, but it might be a snowfall, like whatever. You might think that FedEx is going to deliver it, but UPS shows up. Whatever. Just remain open. Just go into situations expecting that you might have to try again. And just try to have that perseverance, but also be wise and be alert and be looking for better solutions, because maybe sometimes you fall so that you can learn what causes the fall, so you can stop doing it and figure out a better way. So that is this message. A nice 10-minute video. Yeah, if you like messages like this, if you like more of my motivational content, please follow me on Instagram. I am, and my Instagram handle is at RL Professional Organizer. Also, please don't forget to like this video, to share this video, to subscribe to my channel. I plan to post content more regularly. I think I've been kind of doing that, though I took a few days off. Um, anyway, yeah. So I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and be well. Bye.